This week in the NFL, the Cowboys pulled off a 21-point comeback. Matthew Stafford proved that without a shadow of a doubt, he is the NFL MVP right now. The Chiefs showed they still have some fight in them, and Shedeur Sanders got his first start in the NFL. Week 12 in the NFL was another one for the books, and Sunday Night Football just ended. Technically, it's not over. It's still a couple of minutes left in the fourth quarter, but the Rams are going to pull out a victory over the Bucs. In this game, Matthew Stafford just showed that what I already knew, have been telling people, that he is, without a shadow of a doubt, the MVP. He is playing damn near flawless football. Tonight, he had another 3 TDs, and I think the thing I like about Matthew Stafford is, bro, he places that ball gets there so fast and so accurately. And on top of that, he is moving around. They're putting him in play action. He should not. It's so crazy when you think about Matthew Stafford this season, because they kept talking about this in the broadcast, and I had forgot about this, that in training camp, Matthew Stafford was injured the majority of. At this point, I don't believe that man was injured. He just ain't want to participate in camp. But he has like, what, 2 weeks in camp or something like that. This season, he has looked absolutely incredible. Matthew Stafford played incredible today, but I want to give credit to that Rams defense because they have been playing incredible all season. Before Baker Mayfield went out with injury, they had him in hell. That defensive pass rush was wrecking havoc. This is one of the most fun defensive pass rushes to watch in the league. They get after it. Baker Mayfield essentially had no time. When he could get time, those DBs were all over them receivers. And I think when it comes to the Bucs, I didn't realize how much Baker Mayfield would miss Mike Evans. Like, I know how great Mike Evans is. And I think the thing was with this team is like, Mike Evans, also he's missing Bucky Irving. He's definitely, he's missing, on the offensive side of the ball, they are missing Bucky and Mike Evans really bad. The thing about Mike Evans is he's essentially a safety blanket, right? He will get you what you need, right? If you need that tough third down, he is going to get you that. And he is such a threat on the offensive side of the ball that it's kind of, like I said, it's a safety blanket for Baker. And he doesn't have that. Happy healing to Baker, because it looks like he hurt that shoulder that he had already previously hurt. But yeah, that offensive line didn't do him any favors. And I think that's mostly catered to how great the Rams defense is. But at this moment, if the season ended today, Matthew Stafford would be my MVP. And shout out to Devontae Adams, bro. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Colts in overtime by a score of 23-20. Watching this game, I believe that in the fourth quarter, the Colts just got a little too cutesy, right? They're trying to do all these pass plays. It's not working. They get away from what makes them great, which is their run game. If they get a few great runs out of Jonathan Taylor, this game is out of reach. But they kept trying to pass the ball, kept getting incompletions. And the worst thing you want to give Patrick Mahomes is time and opportunity. Credit to the Chiefs defense. They did a great job in the fourth quarter by not allowing Daniel Jones to complete any of those passes. But yeah, this is a situation in a game where I think the Colts just needed to run the ball more. They gave Patrick Mahomes too much time. You know, Patrick Mahomes, that is where he thrives, where his back is against the wall and he needs to drive down the field to get a field goal or a touchdown. They put him in the exact situation that you do not want Patrick Mahomes in. This game goes to overtime. You can basically guess what happens after that. But yeah, from the Colts standpoint, like I said, I think they just got a bit too cutesy. Shout out to the Chiefs. They stood strong. They kept trying. They did offensively, like Kareem Hunt had 30 for 105. That's really what you need from the Chiefs side. They have to find ways to effectively run the ball. That opens up their offense so much. I won't say if they didn't have like a great game, there's a lot of field goals from them, but when they needed to score, when they needed to get points, they got them. And the Colts just kind of sold this game. In the next game, the Cleveland Browns beat the Oakland Raiders 24-10. I really don't like the play caller for the Browns. Whenever I watch the Browns, they're calling like the most insane things. 3rd and 20 something and you're running Wildcat, brother. What are you doing? Illegal shifts, illegal man downfield. What is going on with your playbook? I know the conversation around this game is going to be all about Shedeur Sanders, and I think he played good. I think for some reason people have really high expectations of him, like unrealistic expectations for him as a rookie. I feel like for some reason with rookie quarterbacks, people just always have unrealistic expectations. He looked fine his first full start, I don't know what people wanted from him. I don't know if they wanted 4 TDs or something like that. He turned the ball over once. That's it. He didn't put the ball in harm's way after that. He had 2 nice throws. Bro, don't even get me started on, bruh. Jerry Jeudy, Steve Smith was right about Jerry Jeudy. Why are you hopping after you catch a 30? Like, what are you doing? I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to do that thing where people hop into a juke and try to get extra yards, but he didn't see the defender coming from behind him. Jerry Jeudy, secure the damn ball. Defensively, they are at, bro, their defensive line, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's such a shame that, like, because if you look at Myles Garrett, he should probably be a contender for MVP. But since his team doesn't have a winning record, we already know he's not going to be put up there. But he is having an incredible season. That defensive line that the Browns have is absolutely disgusting. In the next game, the Seattle Seahawks beat the Tennessee Titans 30-24. And there's a particular reason I want to talk about this game. Seattle came in and did what you expect Seattle to do. They played great. Defensively, that defensive front didn't play as great as they normally do, but you got enough out of your offense to push through a win. But I don't want to talk about the Seattle Seahawks because we didn't really learn much about them that we already didn't know. I want to praise the Tennessee Titans. Yes, I know, crazy. When you're 1-10, I find that it's hard to get encouraged by a lot of things that your team is producing, right? You're 1-10, you're like, wow, we're going to get another first round draft pick. We had a first round draft pick last year. But I need, as a Titans fan, hear me out, right? You had the number 1 draft pick, which means your team wasn't very good. You're still a lot of pieces away from being great, right? And that comes along with patience. I think as NFL fans and NFL media, we have too many unrealistic expectations when it comes to rookies, right? Especially rookie quarterbacks, right? Rookie quarterbacks are judged very harshly on what they produce. It's like, because we've had like first year success stories where we see rookies like go crazy and we're like, oh yeah, this is what every rookie should have. This is what every rookie quarterback should be. But if you're getting a first round draft pick, odds are that the quarterback position isn't your only issue. The start of the year was really rough for Cam Ward, and a lot of people was writing him off as he was a bust. I want to tell you the 3 teams that Cam Ward started this year against, and I want you to tell me what you think about them teams currently. His first game was against the Broncos. Then he played against the Rams, and then he played against the Colts. And who did he play after the Colts? One of the best defenses in the league in the Houston Texans. The last few weeks, Cam Ward has played really good football. He looks so much more comfortable. You can tell those first few games, he was very uncomfortable in the pocket. He was making a lot of decisions that just comes along with being a rookie. He was rushing the ball out. Pressure was getting to him. He was just making bad decisions. He's gotten so much better at his decision making. He's gotten so much better at his pocket presence. He just looks leaps and bounds better. Who knew that all a rookie quarterback needed to get better was time and actual playing time against NFL talent? Who would have guessed that? If you're a Titans fan, yes, this season sucks. You're 1-10, but you are very happy about what you've seen from Cam Ward. You're thinking like, okay, listen, we are confident that we at least have a quarterback. Now we can start working on these other things. Cam Ward has, even though they're losing efforts, and obviously if you're losing, a lot of people won't be paying attention to your teams. Let's be real, right? A lot of media, a lot of people only like to pay attention to if it's not your personal team, people only like to pay attention to the winning teams. I like watching everybody, and I've been impressed with what Cam Ward has been doing, even if it's in losing efforts. The final game I want to talk about is the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The Cowboys pull off the 24-21 victory. Going into halftime, this game was 21-7, and it had the looks that Philadelphia was just about to run away with this game. Jalen Hurts looked great. He was slinging the ball, and typically you're like, okay, Jalen Hurts is slinging the ball. We finna have a tough time. They proceed not to score a singular touchdown in the second half. The Cowboys defense has been a unit that I've criticized because offensively, the Cowboys have been great. And I think a lot of people kind of hate on the Cowboys a lot of times because like they just don't like their fans or whatever the case may be. So the Cowboys offensively have been great. Pickens has looked worth every bit you gave away from him, which I think was only like, what, a third round pick or something, like second round pick or something. He's going to get paid in the offseason. CD has looked pretty good too. Dak has been, they just offensively have looked great. But what has been the Achilles heel for the Cowboys is defensively, they have been very bad, right? Defense, they give up so many yards. They give up a lot of points. They rank like 31st or 32nd in all statistical categories. Today, the defense refused to be denied, bro. They shut down the Philadelphia Eagles in the second half. For a team where they have been broadly criticized by everybody, as loud as our criticism should be of this defense, when they're playing well, our praise should also be as loud. And they came into the second half and they played incredible football. They forced that turnover on Saquon Barkley. Special teams, that turnover from the Eagles was brutal. The Eagles played a very messy second half, man. They played just some bad football. But I know a lot of people are going to try to spin it as, oh, the Eagles just played sloppy. I think the Cowboys defense just played incredible. Eagles fans, I don't know what's going on, right? Offensively, you look great the first half. Second half, you just look stagnant. Aubrey is this game on a field goal. If you're a Cowboys fan, you're feeling great about this win. The Cowboys are 5-5-1. They still can make it to the playoffs. They're still very much in the hunt. Eagles, you want to evaluate what happens in that second half, whether you want to view it from an offensive play calling standpoint, just messy football all around. The Cowboys should be proud of how they played. This is one of my favorite games this week. And that's all the games I want to talk about. Let me know in the comment section how your team did. What was your favorite game of this week? And as always, everybody, just enjoy football.